Hey, I'm Addy Thomas.
And I'm Ben Milton.
We are Batty.
We are one.
How you doing, buddy?
Good, man. How are you?
Good, good.
Good to see you today.
Yeah, good to see you, too.
I'm excited about this topic, man.
Yeah, you are.
UFOs
Yeah.
are weird. And, like, we're in a weird time with them. This new story of this whistleblower. Have you heard about this guy yet? This David Grush guy and what he's
Yeah, a little
saying?
bit. Like, he's a bit more credible, supposedly. Yeah.
Not supposedly.
Yeah.
Like, legitimately credible. That's not to say there aren't holes in his story.
Right, right.
Okay? Like, I'm not like this isn't still, this is still, here's the problem. And remember to like and subscribe to this video. Before we get into the meat of it.
All right.
So this dude comes forward. His name's David Grush, and he's high up in intelligence circles.
Okay.
Like, he's got the bona fides. Like,
Right.
he's gotten great reviews. He's not, like, ever done anything to make you think like this person.
They like him
isn't-
on Spy Yelp.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, he's got 5 stars.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, no reason not to like this guy. Like,
Yeah.
if he didn't say this, nobody would think anything odd about this guy. We'd be like, he's a great agent,
Right,
or
right.
whatever the hell he really
Yeah,
is, right?
intelligence, whatever, yeah.
Yeah. So he comes forward and says to Congress, hey, I've been told by a lot of officials in the spy ring game that we've got these programs that are siloed off that the Pentagon knows about, where we have alien aircraft that have either crashed or have landed or we've obtained in different ways.
Okay.
And they're not telling you about it, and they're keeping it hidden from you.
Okay.
So, okay. But it's still like, well, I heard Mary Sue got pregnant at prom.
Right.
You
right.
know,
It's
like,
still
it's
got
still
that sort of vibe to it,
secondhand.
yeah.
It's that secondhand information. Now, Michael Schellenberger has had other people come forward and corroborate this story,
Yeah.
but it's still, again, it's still like they're not going on record
Okay.
to say it or anything like that.
Right.
So there's questions about, like, okay, is it real? But
Yeah.
why would the guy lie? Like, he doesn't seem to be interested in making any money off of this
Yeah.
because he went straight to Congress. He's not writing a book or, like
Right,
my
right.
tell-all secret of how, the U.S. government is
Sure.
hiding UFOs.
Yeah, yeah.
And he didn't spill it to, like the news. He went through, like, quote-unquote proper, whatever that means, whistleblower channels.
Right.
Like, he didn't bystep,
Yeah,
or
he
do
didn't
anything
just, like,
he didn't.
post
He didn't
this out, yeah.
WikiLeak it or anything
Right.
like that. Like, he just, he went to where he was supposed to go to.
Yeah.
So, you're okay. This guy clearly believes this. Let's say that. Like,
Sure.
let's assume he believes it. But that doesn't mean that what he's been told is true.
Right. Right. Yeah, because, again, it's all secondhand at this point.
But why would somebody lie about? Like, why would multiple people in his life lie about that?
I mean, I think there's motivation. Like, if they want people paying attention to crazier shit than what the government's already doing.
Well, okay, yeah. No, but I'm thinking, like, those 12 people in particular. Like, let's say,
Sure.
not 12 people, but, like, however many people have come forward to him and
Right.
been like, hey, by the way, like, I don't know if you know this, but, like,
Yeah.
we've got a fucking ship
Yeah.
out in the desert somewhere.
Yeah.
Like, if it's so top secret,
Yeah.
why would they tell him?
Yeah. No, I know. It's
Also,
okay.
what if it's true?
I mean, yeah. I'm kind of more inclined to think it's true, to be perfectly honest.
So here's the thing. Like, a lot of people have said this. This is a lot of people have said this that I've talked about this, is the
Yeah.
idea that like, this is ridiculous. The American government there's no way that they could keep this secret for that long.
But it's not like there hasn't been secrets kept.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, just because...
Who shot JFK?
Yeah. And I mean, here's the thing. Just because it hasn't been done before doesn't mean it can't be done.
What about that trial data on the COVID vaccination?
Yeah.
75 years before we get that.
Yeah. Yeah, that seems a little... Yeah. The fact that they put that on there right from the get-go.
Yeah, that's a known secret.
Yeah.
Like, we're not going to tell you what we know about this thing for 75 years.
Yeah.
Is what they came to the American people with, like, hey, you need this.
Yeah.
And we're not going to tell you anything about it.
Yeah.
For 75 years. We don't know anything about JFK. We just found out in, the 90s about some of the programs from World War II.
Yeah.
Like, we knew, we had, the German German code cracked.
Right. Yeah, exactly.
We didn't tell anybody about that until, in the 90s. 96, I think that was finally officially. Yeah. Nobody knew.
Yeah. No, yeah, absolutely. There have been plenty of secrets that have been kept. So, yeah, the idea... I get the argument, like, the scale of the lie is more what's in question there.
I don't think it's that big of a scale, though.
Yeah. Well, if it requires cooperation with multiple governments, then
I don't know if it does require cooperation with multiple governments.
Oh, yeah? You think U.S. has got, like, a...
Well, I don't know if we
monopoly on UFOs?
I don't think we have the monopoly. I think they're all working independent of each other.
Wait.
Right, we have our collection of UFOs. Russia maybe has their collection. China's got their collection.
Got a couple like really hipster ones.
Yeah, real snooty. They get the real snooty aliens.
Really avant-garde. Yeah,
but they are into anal.
Yeah.
So there's that. A little more libertine.
Yeah, right. But here's the thing. Like, you got enough people in the world who just want to fuck it over. Like, you think that Kim Jong-il would have hid this shit? Or Kim Jong-un would be hiding this shit? Like, I feel like a guy like that would be like, hey,
point.
Motherfuckers.
I mean, well, maybe that's okay. So I'll agree with it.
Yeah.
Agree. You don't want that guy to know there's aliens,
right? Because he's gonna run with it.
So maybe that's why the DOD or the Pentagon or whoever's running this program
is declassifying that.
It's not just declassifying it, but has kept it secret.
Yeah,
the way that they've kept it secret, like without any congressional oversight. So the president doesn't know about it. Congressional people don't know about it. They're just doing their own thing.
Yeah.
Out of fear that, holy shit, if one of these crazy can you imagine if Marjorie Taylor Greene
that'd
found out there really are space lasers?
That there are illegal aliens coming in from space as well.
Build a wall! Build a space wall! It's probably not a bad idea.
Yeah.
It's probably not a bad idea. Should probably start working on that. Maybe that's what Elon is up to.
Right.
Building us a space wall. Earth is not a sanctuary planet.
Yeah.
So do you think... So what's your take? Do you think it's real? Do you think that it's or do you think it's likely?
God,
that this is a true, like what this guy is telling us is true?
Yeah,
we'll start there.
With this guy, I'm having a hard time seeing any real motivation to lie.
Yeah,
other than just mental illness.
But he doesn't seem to be a mental illness person.
Well, I mean. We're weighing this on past credibility as opposed to current developments.
Like all of a sudden he had a mental break and was like, you know what I'm going to do? Aliens.
That shit happens, man.
No, there's other signs.
Yeah?
There's others. Yeah, you don't just snap one day.
Yeah?
No. That's not how mental illness works.
Well, okay, but what if like the things that were symptoms for that mental illness were not things that people recognized?
Like what?
I don't know.
You would know it.
Yeah.
You would know it. He wouldn't get like all these great reviews from work and home and normal. Like he would. There would be a story. He'd be like, "Oh yeah, no, that guy's weird. Like that guy's a little off." Or, that guy eats people.
Okay, that's true. That's true.
Sniffs hair.
But you don't think a mental breakdown could happen?
Yeah, no, a mental breakdown could happen, but this is not what a mental breakdown looks like.
That's fair, yeah.
Like this guy, like if you watch that interview, like he's calm,
That's
like
true.
he's
You're
very
right.
reasonable.
You're right.
He's like, I know this sounds freaking crazy.
Yeah.
Like I get it, but
Yeah.
this is what's going on, and that's why I'm doing. Like he's very
Yeah.
logical and reasoned about it. He's not like, listen to me, man. The CIA is coming to get me.
Yeah, right.
You
Just
know.
smoking.
Yeah, you know, he's not Alex Jones
Right.
at peak crazy.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, I mean, there doesn't seem to be a whole lot of reason to doubt the guy.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's say there are.
The problem is it's secondhand.
That's the problem.
Yeah.
That's the problem. That's where I go. So here's the only reason I doubt it is I go,
Yeah.
I could see our government going, we got to find a patsy to come forward and say like there's aliens because again either for distraction
Yeah.
or to
Well, yeah, like I said,
or
distraction,
for,
I think is-
or for discrediting
Yeah.
discrediting the whole thing so that they can actually do it.
Here's my thing: is this going to be something to rationalize more spending in a particular direction?
Oh,
'Cause-
100%.
Yeah, if that's the case,
100%.
then that's the motivation.
100% it is. Who was it? I just read that this weekend. There was somebody, I can't remember who it was. It was was it a government official? Somebody doing an interview on like MSNBC, I think it was.
Yeah,
And they were talking about the possibility of extraterrestrial life and what it would mean. And they were like, it wouldn't matter how bad the economy was.
yeah,
He's like, if we found out we weren't alone in the universe and just had to go on a pure like defense spending like binge to create, just like we'd be out of a recession depression within 18 months.
right.
He's like, our GDP would everywhere would just
wartime
go through.
economy,
Yeah,
yeah.
would just go through the roof.
Yeah,
So yeah, I can see Wall Street wanting this.
yeah.
I can see our
Because I think
the military-industrial complex
'Cause
being behind this.
Yeah, because here's the thing: like, we're kind of at a point where people are kind of onto this, like there's enough people who don't want war in Ukraine. You know, it's not like Afghanistan, like, because Afghanistan got dragged out for so long. You know, and nobody wants a repeat of that. Nobody wants troops committed to Ukraine. So right now, it's in everyone's best interest, especially with the instability on the Russian side of things, in particular, like escalating it a lot more to more than what we can bargain for. You know, so it feels kind of like this could be a reinvention of that kind of spending, essentially. Like, if now like the new threat is from outer space, like who's gonna be, really complaining about it? And also, if you start using that as a rationale for like other fuels outside of Earth, or even like moving to Mars or whatever other possibility, like there are plenty of, like, you can find different angles to motivate people for striking out into space a little bit more. Maybe this is the new Manifest Destiny.
Get the fuck off of Earth. So,
What? You think that's crazy now?
no, it's not crazy. I guess I have. If I have, it's weird, right?
Yeah, for sure.
If you were a world leader, you were president of the United States.
Yeah.
You ran the show.
Yeah.
And you were told about this. Like, day one, you get sworn into office, you sit down in the Oval Office, dude in a black suit and handcuffed, briefcase comes in, opens up the thing, doesn't even take his sunglasses off. Sir, you need to see this dossier.
Yeah.
We have over 12 different crafts that,
Right.
alien craft. They're real. There's
Yeah.
different races and species of aliens out
Right.
there, and they're here on Earth amongst us now. And you're not running the show anymore.
Right. Yeah.
I wonder if that's happened. I do wonder if that's happened
Yeah.
because it doesn't matter who's in the Oval Office anymore once we know aliens are real.
Yeah.
It's irrelevant.
Oh, yeah.
You don't run the show anymore.
Yeah. Exactly.
You know, because they had to get here. They would have to be so technologically advanced than us
Yeah.
that there's nothing we could do to them.
Yeah, I agree.
It'd be like ants trying to, you know.
So, but that doesn't mean it's real. Well, as far as, because.
Okay, so I was assuming it is.
Well, again, okay, no. I was talking more about the motivation to for the government to want this to be out.
Oh, yeah. No, absolutely. Well,
Yeah.
I mean, the government may be just doing a soft launch. Well, it's a whistleblower.
Right.
So,
yeah.
Unless he's doing like, hey, we need you to be a whistleblower, buddy. You're going to have to take one for the team. You're going to look like a hero.
Right.
You know, but you can never tell anybody.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't think that's going on. That doesn't make a lot of sense.
Well, unless they planted the 12.
What do you mean?
The 12 people that he...
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
To completely discredit the story and,
Yeah.
and come up with no, it's not real. But what's the purpose of discrediting the story? They can just deny
Right.
that they have alien craft. Why are they making a
Yeah.
huge kerfuffle about it?
Right.
Unless they do have something to hide.
Right.
It makes more sense it makes more sense that there's
I have a hard
fire
time
to the
believing
smoke.
Alien life that would supposedly be superior to us would
Crash
yeah.
a lot,
Yeah.
multiple times.
I mean, are they all Asian women?
It is concerning. It is concerning. I wrestled with that
if
too.
the Taylor Swift joke didn't get us canceled, that one eventually will.
I don't know, man. That is concerning. Of how did you get they've crashed?
Yeah.
They crashed.
Right.
Into what?
Right, exactly.
A planet?
Yeah, they all, I mean, they all ran out of fuel and crashed? What fuel are they using? How futuristic are they really?
So they can cross the galaxies?
How much of this is just space debris?
Oh, that's if it's just partial of maybe there was a giant space battle eons ago.
Yeah, exactly.
A long time ago in a galaxy far, far away.
Right, this could be
and a TIE
pieces.
fight, a leftover TIE fighter just comes crashing down.
Exactly.
And they're like, oh, we've got spacecraft.
This just could be diplomatic vessels.
If this is a diplomatic mission,
then where is the diplomat? The ambassador.
So what's interesting about that? I don't know if you do you follow the UFO stuff? at
No,
all?
not really.
Me neither.
It very minorly fascinates me, but it's not enough for me to know any names, to know kind of who are the trusted voice, or or who are the prominent voices, and I don't know.
So
any of
the big one
Yeah.
is Jeremy Corbell.
yes, I've heard that name a few times. Being as someone who does listen every now and then to Rogan.
That's one that you've heard.
Yeah, I've definitely heard that name.
Oh, I did watch his documentary.
Yeah.
It was very good. It
Yeah.
was really interesting.
Yeah, it was on Netflix?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the one about Bob Lazar. And
Okay, right.
while they're filming this, the FBI raids Bob Lazar
Yeah.
out of the blue, just we hear you have this alien element and we're coming to your lab.
Right.
And they just raid his place.
Yeah.
It was really interesting.
Yeah.
Anyway, he's dropping a podcast in the morning
Yeah.
where he's saying that he's got even more information about this story from David Grush, that's going to fill in a lot of the holes
Oh yeah.
that we've been asking. Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm very excited to
see
hear,
what that. Yeah.
Yeah, to see what that is, because he is. You know, when I think of UFO people, I think of conspiracy theorists,
Right. It tends to.
and I think of morons.
Yeah.
That drink a lot of like light beer
Specifically
and light beer and wear a lot of camo.
Yeah, okay, right. Yeah. That tends to be part of the
Like
the
that
stereotype for
when
sure.
I think of a UFO believer, that's who I think it is. Okay.
Yeah.
So this guy is nice because he's pretty skeptical about the whole thing.
Yeah.
And like will not, like, just because somebody said I saw a UFO, he's like, so what do you got for proof?
Right.
You know,
Right.
which is great. So I am kind of excited about that. Let's go off the idea that it is real.
Okay. Yeah.
Let's say it's real. Aliens are real.
Yep.
What's it going to do to religion?
I don't think it changed shit. I think it only adds more players into the mix. Religion has always done a good job of reinventing itself around scientific discoveries. You really think Jesus, the mythology of Jesus, just like goes away with this discovery? I mean, technically, there are verses that could kind of imply the existence of, extraterrestrial life.
Yeah, I get that. But what happens when extraterrestrial life comes?
It just means they're sinners, Ben. Like, if you listen to the late Pat Robertson,
okay,
they caused Katrina with all their gay sex.
I mean, I kind of get that.
And a lot of, illegal aliens, as you know.
Well, I don't
truly
think any
we
of us,
lost a gift of a human.
Yeah,
with
I don't think any
Pat
of us
Robertson.
are real upset that Pat Robertson is left.
Not even a little bit.
No.
To be honest, I hate to say this, I kind of looked forward to this day a little bit.
It is a day I've long since remembered. Yeah.
That guy fucking sucks.
He does sucks.
Yeah.
And
yeah, no, I don't think religion will miss a step. If anything, I think I think all that does is just show that there are unknowns that we don't have as much control over what we think we know, and that's a place where religion thrives,
I think that if the aliens show up.
Also, hold on, sorry, one more thing.
Uh-huh.
Also, there is a certain amount of a certain degree, well, not a certain degree, there's a shit ton of like lack of logic that's involved in religion. Like, and I'm not saying that always is a bad way, but it is kind of inherent to the game. So to think that logic is gonna like actually stop like end religion necessarily, or like really put a hurt on religion, I don't think so.
I don't know, man.
Yeah?
There's no doubt there's going to be a lot of people who just double down and be like,
Yeah.
this is just what they said in
Signs of the
Revelation.
end times. Yeah,
Yes.
exactly. This is one of the vials of in Revelation.
It's
Yeah.
one of the false this is an antichrist.
Yeah.
Thing.
Especially if they come figuring out how world peace, like that's the moment Christians are like, oh yeah, fuck yeah, these guys are bad. we don't want peace.
It's true. Christians do love their war.
At least, and I'm not saying all Christians, but I like because obviously there is
just the Republican ones.
Actually, no, I won't even
Not
say
even
that.
that anymore.
I won't even
That's
say
not
that.
true.
I know that's a very easy joke to make, and I'd love to make it
Because
but
it's now the Democrats.
there's that too. But I think also like there is very much the mentality of like especially apocalyptic like end time Christians who are very much like let's make sure that Israel is going to war with the rest everyone around them so we can bring around the end times. Like there is that faction of Christianity that exists. Like I think we forget that that's a thing.
Yeah.
Sometimes because we fortunately have not been around it as much lately, but don't forget that is
They're out there.
yeah
They're out
a
there.
thing.
Yeah. I don't know, man. I'm going to go the other way.
Yeah.
And yes, some people are going to double down, but I think like once you see the giant alien spaceship and they're among us and
Yeah.
it's undeniable and you go, okay, so tell me here's the story of your people, of your history.
Yeah.
And they're like,
They're gonna have a flood myth.
they're like, And Zorlop came to save us.
And he brought only
sins.
2 of each Zorb.
Now, if that happens, I'm in. I'm 100% in.
They're
back,
gonna be
baby.
Joseph Campbell fans, like Heroes Mythology. They're not gonna have any new stories. Let's not pretend that they're
There's
gonna have
only 11,
right?
How can they have new ones? We've got them covered,
right?
Yeah, I think it changes everything.
You think so?
I think it fundamentally changes.
Do you think
everything.
you want it to change everything, or that it does change everything?
I think it is changing everything.
Ooh, okay.
I think the cat's out of the bag, baby. I think we're a lot farther down this rabbit hole than we think.
Yeah.
And that's why everything has gotten so weird over the last decade.
Is this really any weirder than any time in history, though?
Yes.
Only because this is the newest thing. People would have said that shit before, too, though, right?
No, Addy. No.
Really?
No, things are happening way faster now than they've ever happened before.
Right, but that's because of technology.
Yeah, and
okay,
that makes it weird. So technology is
makes
making
it weird,
faster.
but it doesn't make it weirder than before. It just means it's accelerated. We're just that much more aware of everybody's craziness. Here's the thing. There was a time we were blessed that we didn't have social media and we didn't know how crazy Australia and Florida really were. Think about
Yes, we did.
We only heard it like fables.
Yes,
they were as real as Star Wars to some of us.
We knew. Deep in our heart. I'll tell you what we also knew.
Yeah.
What a woman was.
Yeah, okay.
We don't anymore.
Okay, yeah.
Thousands, hundreds of thousands of years. 5 minutes ago. I don't fucking know, man. I guess if you want to be one, you can. I don't know.
Well, but we know that there were people who were like who had doubted their sexual identity. Like, that's not like a new thing.
No, but
we
knew what they wanted to be.
Yeah.
You can't. What do they want to be?
What do you mean?
If a dude says, I feel like a woman.
Yeah.
Okay, well, what is that?
Well, that's just applying modern.
What quantifies what a woman is?
Yeah, I know, but that's applying a sense of modern acceptance, along with trying to make the science fit that. Like, there's all these different things that are happening at once that are which has resulted in us redefining those labels. I get it. You know, yes, it is a cultural change, but it still doesn't change the fact that there are people who felt out of, you know.
100%. There's always been those people. And I have sympathy for those people. That's not what I'm saying.
Right.
I'm saying is we knew that when a dude says, I don't feel like a dude, I feel like a woman.
Yeah.
You could be like, okay, what is that? What is a woman? Oh, well, she is a woman because of this.
Right.
You can't say that anymore.
Yeah, I know, but that has more to do with the culture trying to adapt to that, as opposed to the reality itself shifting.
It's beyond like just the scale of it.
Yeah.
Yes, you can go. Oh yeah, throughout history, there's been people. Yes, correct. Correct. Yes, you nailed it. Yes, throughout history, there's been people. There hasn't been like this large shift and adaptation of gender dysphoria that we're experiencing in our culture right now.
Is it that big though?
Yeah,
okay, sorry. I mean, you're talking about the culture. Are you talking about the culture accepting it, or are you talking about the actual?
The people who are claiming gender dysphoria and are being treated for it is through the roof.
How much of that do you think are? And of course, I'm probably going to be called a bigot for this.
Oh, there's 100% we're getting canceled for this.
How much of that is also certain people, like, now that it's an option, feel the freedom to explore that?
We're talking about it being in the order of like magnitudes of like hundreds higher than what it's ever traditionally been.
Yeah.
Like
but isn't there also like the talk of like this was also a thing like at the end of the Roman Empire?
Many empires that are in their downfall.
Yeah.
sexual identity
Yeah.
becomes one of the things that the culture gets obsessed about right before its collapse.
Right.
That's one of,
Yeah.
I think it was Douglas Murray did that research on that.
Right,
and
because
found
the
it out.
idea is that they've kind of solved so many of their problems that like now they've moved on to other issues.
I
essentially.
guess.
That's kind of the theory.
The
of
idea.
It, right?
There's other ideas of
Yeah,
like
I don't know.
they become so self-obsessed, and because it's so, that they start navel gazing and
Right.
making up shit because they're bored too.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So there's
Okay.
all sorts of different theories
Yeah.
of why that could be happening.
I mean, I kind of view it in the same way as like we're in a very like pro therapy
Yeah.
thing, which is a good thing. But it also
I'm a huge
means,
proponent of therapy.
but it also is evidence of the fact that like life is easier than generations past. Like we're not having to wake up at the
It's interesting
have
because you're right. Like
the same hard labor that generations before us had.
physically, many like life is easier for us, and yet
Yeah.
I would bet like depression and mental illness is through the roof compared to back then.
Absolutely, yeah, that's true too. Yeah,
So that's one of the other reasons why I say it's like it's kind of a weird, like it's a strange time.
yeah,
Like this hasn't happened to this kind of scale and this kind of upheaval
right.
since like Gutenberg, Industrial
Right,
Revolution
right.
level of stuff, like major, like, oh shit, things are changing.
Yeah, exactly.
And things are changing, I think, in even obviously in a faster way than those two ideas,
Yeah,
and also changing, I think, I think ultimately in a structural way.
yeah,
Because if this is true, Addy,
yeah.
let's go back to the aliens. If this is true, let's bring it home.
Yeah,
That means we're not in charge. There's no human
yeah.
running the show anymore.
Oh shit! Here's what. Okay, let me. You go with your theory. I've got
Okay.
two comments.
Okay.
Yeah.
So there's no human running the show anymore.
Yeah.
And that explains why it doesn't matter if it's a Republican or a Democrat.
Yeah.
We're full blaze ahead, democracy be damned.
Yeah.
We're going to and we got to get this technology thing going, and
Right.
like we've just been doubling down.
We're getting the hive mind up and running, basically. That's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
Or the was it supreme intelligence from the Kree type of deal?
Well, so
Yeah.
that's the question. Like, are we being absorbed into them, or are we building this to defend ourselves?
I think
against
we're
them?
building it right now.
Why wouldn't they stop us?
Who says they
while
can't
they
stop us
can?
right now?
Because they can get here. If they can get here, they can stop us. They didn't take a Greyhound bus to get here.
Yeah, but maybe there are communication issues. You're assuming they're all like you're assuming they okay. Let's say they have achieved the technology to travel and everything, right? You would assume they would also have the technology to destroy, I guess. But what if they're all like tiny microscopic beings and they're yelling at us right now and none of us can hear them?
And what ship do we have? We're like, oh, I collected this while I was dusting?
Right?
I don't know. That doesn't make sense either.
I don't know. I mean, they could be a different life form that's not in a way that we can perceive.
Okay.
There's also
then
the
why would- but then-
there's also the possibility of extra dimensional.
So that's the most likely thing.
'Cause here's-
to me, that's the
'cause-
most likely thing.
Because my theory is like not, and this isn't what I was gonna planning to go into, but like when people talk about like some of their like drug trips, depending on like what the I'm trying to remember which is the one, is it ayahuasca, the one where they see the purple lady? A lot of people have seen the
DMT.
purple lady. Yeah, like what if that is evidence of being able to explore a new dimension, and that becomes the next major frontier, that the next frontier is not space but drugs.
I don't think it's drugs. I think drugs are the chemical.
Well, that's what's
impetus
enabling people to travel
enables
in that
the
way,
access to that dimension.
Exactly.
I completely 95% believe
Yeah.
that.
Well, you find out there's energy you can harvest from there. Obviously,
I think that's the next thing.
my bigger problem
because-
with all
because-
of this exploration, whether it's like going to Mars or going into another dimension, is commute issues. Because fuck, I need to keep on working. I'd rather work from home. I don't care what dimension we're going into.
Dude, if you have to, if all you got to do is take drugs to get there.
Dude, it's not just taking drugs, because they're going to figure out some drug traffic issues. They're going to figure out some sort of, like, you got to figure out how people are accessing this dimension, making sure you're not fucking it up for other people.
You need, like, traffic cops for your drug access, your dimension access?
Yeah, you're going to get that.
I don't
You're
think
going to
so.
get that shit.
I don't think so. I think that happens naturally, man. I just think that happens. I think that's what happens when we die.
Yeah?
Yeah. I think that's what happens when we die, because all those chemicals, all that DMT, all those same chemicals that we use to access that portal into the DMT realm,
Yeah.
those exact same chemicals get naturally produced in your body and released into your brain right as you die.
That's true. So that you can move on to the next.
I think so.
Yeah.
I think it's just the next place you go.
Yeah.
Or it's like it's the next evolution of reality.
Right.
That you get to that next dimension. We know there's like 13 or 16, I forget how many. There's teens of dimensions. We know mathematically exist that we have no access to.
Right.
So it makes more sense to me that aliens from another galaxy are probably more likely aliens from another dimension.
Yeah.
Because another dimension wouldn't have to be so physically far away from us.
Right.
An alien, a regular alien that we think of like E.T.
Yeah.
has to fly at light speed 100 million years to get here.
Yeah, exactly. That barrier
is ridiculous.
Yeah.
And
just
that's at
likely,
light speed. Now, if you can get around the light speed equation by dimension hopping.
Right. That seems
way more realistic to me and way more likely to me that they've either they're 3-dimensional or 4-dimensional creatures.
Right.
Who have figured out how to dimension hop to get here close, or they're already close and we just can't perceive them because they primarily exist in another dimension that we don't perceive very well.
Right.
Or at all.
Right.
That's what I think is going on.
Yeah, I think dimensional travel
sounds the most fun.
Right? Maybe that's just based too much
because it sounds achievable.
Yeah. Yeah, I can say that. Yeah. All right.
You can say, like, okay, well, we're going to figure out how to access a new dimension. We're not going to go to Andromeda.
Well, the thing is, that seems now more possible through this extra dimensional travel.
Yes. Yeah. Well, so one of the things that has been floated around by Bob Lazar and what he said he saw was like they were using gravity in that way.
Okay.
Of like the ship apparently acts as like sort of like a gravity well.
Yeah.
So like if you have like a sheet of paper and you put the gravity well in the middle of it and you want to get from here to here, you put the gravity well in the middle of it, it pulls the space down and moves the two ends closer together. So now you're not traveling as far.
Right.
He said that he thinks that's how they travel.
Yeah.
The distances and the speeds and stuff that have been described.
Right.
As like these things just go like from 0 to
I'll allow
too
it.
damn fast. Yeah.
Yeah.
But nobody knows how to handle that much energy or what kind of materials
can withstand
could produce that.
Right.
So, and that's what that element 151 was supposed to be. That's what the FBI was looking for in Lazar's lab.
Yeah.
When they raided the place.
Yeah.
And it's kind of insinuates in the thing.
Yeah.
That he's got it.
Oh, yeah.
That he actually does have some.
Oh, snap.
Oh, snap.
Oh, snap.
Yeah. So exciting stuff, man. I don't know. I think if it actually came out, if it is true, by the time it comes out and they tell us, like, it's a wrap.
Yeah.
Like, whatever the plan is.
We won't be able to resist or anything.
It is
they'll
what
already
it is.
be in place, yeah.
Yeah, it's like, hey, this is what's happening. Yeah. Like, we're teaming up with these guys, or these guys are taking over. There's nothing we can do about it.
Yeah.
Les resistance.
Well, let me ask you, why do you automatically think we should resist them? And I am not two aliens in a trench coat asking this.
This is going to be used against me in a court of alien law. I think the argument to resistance would be dependent upon their malevolence or benevolence.
Right.
If it is very malevolent and they're like, we're taking over and
slave
we're using
labor,
you
we're
and
sucking you guys out.
you guys are
energy
just
for batteries.
yeah. I mean, like, are we gonna win? No.
Yeah.
But is there an argument now for resistance? Yes.
Yeah.
Is it Star Trek and like we're meeting the
What
Vulcans?
if it's just slavery with extra steps?
If it's slavery with extra steps, really the choice is yours.
Yeah.
The choice is yours as
Yeah.
far as I'm concerned.
Yeah.
But I mean, if you're into it,
Yeah.
okay. Yeah, I think like kind of like with AI, like the Neuralink discussion
Yeah.
of like once you're hooked into the web, are you still human?
Right. Right.
I think this is going to lead. I think that it's all like if it's true, it's all combined.
Yeah.
Like the push for the web and technology and get us hooked to the phone and hooked to social media, and now Neuralink is coming. It's just a little. It's just a phone. Look how great it makes your life. Look how easy it makes your life, man. Like it's just a step down the technology path to like we're just gonna put a little chip in your head. You'll be able to access the web.
Okay,
It'll be amazing.
Yeah.
It'll be great. You're gonna love it. And
Yeah, but
everybody's
that
gonna be
was-
like, "Oh, I
see,
got to
this-
do that to
this is-
compete."
This sounds a bit more conspiracy theory.
100%.
Yeah.
100%. But like, I don't know that I completely like. I know we're being lied to.
Right. Of course. Naturally, like that. Yeah. That's government. Yeah.
It's government, it's companies, it's everybody's
Yes.
media.
Yeah, absolutely.
everybody's
Companies, yeah.
everybody's lying right now.
Yeah.
There's no reason to believe
Everyone except me, the
anybody.
2 aliens. I mean, in a trench. What?
in the trench coat that you're wearing right now, because you are those aliens in that trench coat. But like if everybody's lying, like why
Yeah.
and about what and
Right.
to what level, like it's pretty easy to go down that slippery slope of like, well, if it is true.
Yeah.
Like, it would make sense that they're lying about it and that this could be one of the end games.
Yeah.
Because what are the other reasons to lie about it?
Yeah. Yeah, I know.
For good reasons? Like, what good reason do you have to lie and not tell people that, hey, things are great with the aliens. Things are going to go really well for everybody.
Yeah.
They're going to solve a lot of our problems. You know, we're going to start flying around space together.
Yeah.
You know, we're going to do a lot of really cool stuff. Everybody's going to get free shit. You know, all this great new tech. Like, why wouldn't you tell people that?
That's a good question. That is a very good question. I'm trying to think why you wouldn't tell anyone.
One reason why you wouldn't tell people,
Yeah.
I can think of, is if you're making money off of all the problems that the aliens are going to solve.
See, there you go. It's a good reason to trust us. I mean, what?
All right. I'm done with you. And your stupid trench coat.
No,
aliens.
but
Fuck you.
no, that is a legit reason. Because, I mean, conflict has been fueling
Everything.
our economy
And
for
again,
a while now.
it could simply be like shit. Like we're running out of people. Like we're running out of people to fight.
Yeah,
Seemingly,
yeah.
Like,
Gotta take it to space.
we're like, oh, now we gotta we're fighting with the Russians again. Like,
yeah. Like, really? Do we need to have the like?
we solved this already.
We don't need WoW the 1900s.
Yeah, like yeah. Of all the things to be like a hipster about and like, oh, I'm gonna bring back this. It's
Yeah.
gonna be really cool. War with the Russians.
Yeah,
Really? That's what
Yeah.
you came up with?
yeah.
Oh, it's horrible. Fuck those
Yeah.
people. It's gonna be good. It's gonna be okay. We're gonna be all right.
Maybe.
Probably not.
We may all die too.
I think there's a good chance of that.
Yeah.
I'm hoping for a super volcano.
Oh no, I want something quick and instant.
Oh,
Something
that would
where
be
we won't
quick.
notice.
Oh, you wouldn't.
Oh, we wouldn't.
Here, we would make it maybe 6 hours.
Oh, even 6 hours is too much.
Maybe a long 6 hours, but there wouldn't be shit you could do about it.
Yeah.
You would just be like, oh, here we go.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would rather. I don't know. Like nuclear war just scares me so badly.
I know. I don't want any of this shit.
I don't want that.
Yeah.
I don't want to go that way. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to see it.
Yeah, I just want to go to my sleep.
It's God intended.
Yep, that's the way to die, man. That's the way to die. This is when like shit like when people euthanize themselves like on their own terms type of thing. Like they have all their family all their family together, have like a nice day, and then end it. Like there's something. That's sad. That's fucking sad, obviously. But it also sounds like there's something.
I don't have a problem with it. There's some dignity in that.
Yeah, exactly. The dignity of it.
I wouldn't
is what
be like, oh, you're 45. You're kind of blue. You want to kill yourself?
I don't know, Ben.
You want to kill yourself, really?
Yeah. 45. Yeah.
You gotta have.
You gotta have some major diseases.
I like the way Oregon does it.
Yeah.
It's one of the few things Oregon does that I like.
Yeah. Because you gotta get like
three doctors, two different doctors to be like, yeah, they're at end of life.
Right.
And this is.
Yes, in that kind of situation. Not just like, hey, you know what, guys, I'm bored. Not like that.
I'm just not having a good time.
Yeah.
I don't enjoy this right now.
Yeah. I was hoping for The Office to get renewed, but it's not coming back.
This is too hard. Somebody said something mean to me on Twitter, and I just can't take it anymore.
This is when people finally give up on Firefly season 2 ever happening.
Those people will never give up. Those people will never ever give up. Ever. That's a strong fan base.
It is. I mean, I'd be down for it to come back. I think at this point it's been too long.
Yeah, I think so.
But I enjoyed the hell out of that first season.
They'd end up with their own Last Jedi controversy.
Yeah, oh my God. Think about that shit coming back and everyone hating the shit out of it. Or not everyone, but the loudmouths hating the shit out of it.
I'd be down to that.
Yeah.
I'd see that.
All right, well, thank you for joining us. Don't forget to rate, review, and subscribe to our podcast. Like us on YouTube. Subscribe to us there as well. You can find us on your podcast platform of choice, or of course on YouTube. Until next time. Wait, no, it's not Stay Scruffy anymore. It hasn't been that for a long time. Until next time, I'm Addy Thomas.
I'm Ben Milton.
We are Batty.
We are one.